Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? Today is Thursday, November the 14th. Oh my gosh, November's going by so quickly. It's amazing, isn't it? How fast everything goes. So, are you guys watching the news? Oh my gosh, everything that's going on. Did you see the shooting, the school shooting? It's so sad. It's just terrible, terrible. I turned on the news this morning thinking that the impeachment hearings were going to start again, but they didn't. Did anybody else know that? I didn't know they weren't going to happen. I thought they were going to happen today, and I was just waiting for it to start. And all of a sudden I saw the shooting and I was like, I don't want to watch this. I do not want to watch the shooting. I don't want to watch it. And it's not that I don't care. It's like, I just can't stand to watch it anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I just cannot stand to just watch all that happening and playing out and taking those children out on the gurneys one after another. I just don't want to see it. I was like, I can't watch this. I really can't watch it. And I would go back and check the TV again to see if the impeachment came on, but it was all about the shooting. I just want to, send my prayers to the families that were affected, the children's lives that were lost. God bless them and their families, and just say a prayer of healing and comfort to the community and to the families. I'm so sorry for the loss. I'm so sorry that once again, this whole nation and this city and this families all have to go through that once again. It's so sad, so sad. So what I want to do is, I know it's early to do this, but I also wanted to do this before there's any other information coming out on this kid that shot these children. And I want to just ask my spirit guide, what's going on here? Why did he do this? Hopefully I won't cry. So I have, I've been talking to my spirit guides and I already got a lot of information. And I feel like I think this boy had some kind of mental illness that he kind of had like a little fantasy in his mind. He wasn't completely in touch with reality. Put it that way, okay? And also, I think that he talked to somebody about doing something like this in some way or some form. He talked about it because I see like a light coming out of his mouth. So I feel like he told somebody. Now, I don't think, he may have told somebody in a way that they didn't take him serious. So I think that's what happened. Maybe he's talked about it in more of like a joking way or not a serious way, because they didn't judge him to be serious. So that's what I'm seeing. And I feel like this birthday thing, it was a trigger. I'm seeing, I see a pump being primed. So I feel like his birthday was a trigger. Somehow it primed him. There was already something there. There was already some kind of mental illness, something going on. I feel like there's something going on inside the family too. They're showing me the family tree. So I don't know if this is a mental illness that's in the family or if there was some kind of dynamic going on in the family. I feel like there's something going on with his mother, because I feel like a female here. I feel like some words were exchanged with a female. So this may have been part of the trigger. He may have thought about doing this. And I'm just saying, well, how could he do this? How did he feel when he was doing that? How did that make him feel? And it's showing me like he was feeling so weird. He felt like he was transformed. You know what I mean? Like he was almost like having an out-of-body experience. He felt transformed. They're showing me like when a butterfly escapes the cocoon. So to him, it was like, and like I said, I think this is a fantasy. It's something in his mind. He probably thought about it for a long time, and he was playing out this fantasy in his mind. So it's like he stepped out of who he was completely. You know what I mean? He just completely stepped out of his identity. He shed it, you know? And it's really weird because it's almost, because I'm telling you, he's really confused and mixed up. It's almost like he felt like he was a superhero, you know, taking out the gun and shooting people. He felt like he was, I guess it's a powerful thing, you know, shooting people. And he felt like, even though of course we know that he's not a superhero for doing that, but I'm telling you, I'm getting what he feels. They're showing me what he felt like. He felt like a superhero, like a powerful figure, you know. But this is just things mixed up in his mind. He's showing me that he's separate. You know, they're showing me. I say he because I feel like he's a part of this. You know, I feel his energy. So he feels separate. He's separate from everybody. I see like a cage, and he's in the cage. He's separate. So for some reason, he's apart from everybody. He's different. He's treated differently. He is differently. And that makes him separate, you know. I feel like he had some unresolved feelings that made him feel that way, that made him feel different. So this could be part of the mental illness that he felt. It made him feel more different from everybody else and apart from everybody, okay? And I also feel like there's something, like I said, I still feel like there's some kind of connection with the mother here. I don't really know what that is. I can't really understand it. But you know, maybe it was the mother that was trying to protect him, that she kind of put him in that protective, that could be what it is, that she made him feel caged or something because she was trying to protect him. So maybe she knows what's going on with him. Maybe she knows, you know. I feel like she must know. She is a part of this equation in some way. She's a big part of it. I just feel like, and I'm not saying it's her fault or anything. I'm just saying, you know how normal teenage kids have a problem with their parents. And then imagine if there's a teenager and they have some kind of mental illness, and then they have a problem. So think about it like that, okay? It's not because of her. There's some dynamic, something going on with this young man. I feel like he wasn't taken, you know, that serious. I don't know. I just think he had a distorted view about things. That's for sure. He just had a distorted view. You guys, keep your children close to you. I know, you know, a lot of you guys are my age and past children, but you have grandchildren, or you people out there that do have your own children. Just remember to keep them close to you. Listen to them. Let them talk. Ask them what's going on. Don't let them walk away. Don't just chalk everything up to being a teenager. You know, once they reach past a certain age, there's nothing you can do to help them. But before they turn 18, you can do a lot of things to help them. So that's the time to do it. But you have to recognize that there is a problem. So that's what they're showing me. When you see your teenager struggling, you know, with something, it's not just a teenage thing. It could be something else. If that little, you know, you get that little niggling feeling in the back of your mind and you're thinking, something's off, something's not right, or they're having a problem, or they're going through something, well, they're just teenagers. Listen to your intuition, and, you know, go move forward on your intuition, and get your child the help that they need, you know, when they're struggling. So pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. You can save your child's life. You can save other lives. We really have to help our children. And of course, another big thing is make sure if there are any firearms in your home, make sure they're in a place where nobody can get to them. not just little children, but big children too. Make sure your firearms are put up somewhere that they're under lock and key where, a teenager can't get them. That is so important. That's so, so important. So that's what they're showing me. And I got the shivers, y'all. I know you can hear it in my voice. I got the shivers from that. But also, I know that, he's in grave condition. I heard that on the news that I can't even believe he's alive, that he shot himself in the head and he's alive at point blank range. And God bless the other children that were shot. God bless them and heal them. I pray that they'll, be healed. I pray for all the families. God bless them all. And I see a mother holding her baby, and she kisses the baby goodbye. So I feel like this is an indication that the shooter, he may not be with us much longer. I feel like he may pass. I feel like that's an indication that he won't make it. God bless him. It's mental illness. It's sickness. It's, I don't feel like it's evil. I don't feel evilness here. It's illness. It's some illness, And I think mental illness a lot of times will set in the later teenage years. I think I read that somewhere one time, that's a time when it really shows itself is in the later teenage years, especially in boys. Something, happens. And anyway, I'm so sad about that. I'm so sad. Okay, guys, so that's what I got on that. I just wanted to put it out there. Are you going to watch the impeachment hearings tomorrow? I plan to watch them tomorrow. I think they're going pretty well. I see that they're going really good. I think Schiff is doing a great job. I think he keeps redirecting and rehabilitating every time, somebody gets down on them and says some negative stuff. He goes back and straightens it all up. So I think it's going pretty well. I really do. Although we still see that the Republicans aren't on board. They're just in, this is just an inquiry hearing. They're just trying to gather information, and the Republicans, sadly, are just attacking the people. But now tomorrow, we're going to hear from, what is that lady's name? I forget. We're going to hear from her. And I can't wait till the people, now they say there's 2 people that overheard Trump's phone call to that Sondland. So we're going to be able to have a chance to see them too. It's going to be hard for them because they're not professionals. They're going to be younger, people that aren't used to having to be put in that position. So it's going to be very interesting when they're questioned. And I can't wait to see that they're questioned and they say, well, I heard Trump on the phone saying, to the Sondland, it won't be hearsay. I heard it with my own ears, And the only reason that there's so much hearsay is because, the White House, Trump won't let anybody come and testify. That's why. That's the only reason it's hearsay. So anyway, it's very interesting. I think more things are going to be coming out. And it's surprising that, this person didn't tell what they heard sooner. It's so weird. What were they holding back? Maybe they didn't want to get involved. This is a big mess to get involved with. Would you want to have to go over there and be questioned by all those Republican senators? I wouldn't. I don't blame them, really. But I guess when it came down to it, I guess they figured they really needed to speak up, so they did. So anyway, we're going to watch them tomorrow, and this has really taken a chunk out of my day. I could not do anything on Wednesday. I stayed in my pajamas all day long. And then I realized my granddaughter, I like to say, got nominated to the National Honor Society, and we went to the school yesterday and watched her be inducted. So it was a beautiful ceremony, and I'm so proud of her. She's 16 years old. in the 11th grade, and she's an honor roll student, and she's a volleyball player and a basketball player. She's a good old rounded out girl. So she's got everything in line for her. She's got a beautiful future ahead of her. I'm very proud of my daughter. She has raised two wonderful daughters that are so smart and talented. That is the sister of my other granddaughter that went to UT. So that's her sister. My daughter has two daughters. So anyway, that's what we did yesterday. We watched the impeachment hearing all day long, me and my husband, me especially. He did leave for a little while. I didn't. And then I realized I needed to feed him. I'm like, it's 3 o'clock now. Everything's over. Oh, I guess I should feed him. So I gave him dinner. I gave him the lunch dinner. He don't like it when I do that. I'm like, here's your dinner. Don't ask me for more food later. And then I was like, we have to leave here by 5 o'clock to go, watch Haley be inducted into the National Honor Society. So we had to hurry up and do that. I don't know if I told you all on my last video, I think I did last Tuesday, that there's this little bird that keeps coming to my window every single day. It's a tiny little fat finch. It's so cute. It is so cute. It's got a little bit of orange right here, and he sits on the tree, and I don't care what time of day it is. He just flies into the window. There's not been any sun, and he does this at all different times of the day. He'll leave and he'll come back and do it again. So I don't know why the bird is so mixed up. I thought that he's just, seeing a reflection or something, but he keeps doing it. But when I walk up to the window, it scares him away. So I wanted to take a picture of him and show it to y'all and get really close. I took a picture, but you can't see him very well because I'm kind of far. But when I got up really close, he came back this morning and he was just hitting the window. And I said, I'm going to take a picture of you. And he flew away, got scared. So I scared him off. And he didn't come back today. But it's been raining. So I think when it's raining, he's not out so much. But when it stops raining, he comes back and hits the window. So I don't know what that means. It's so weird. It's 5 days, I think. 5 or 6 days in a row, this bird has been doing it all week long. So I think 5 days. 5 days he's been just hitting the window. So I don't know what's going on with that bird. I want to open the window and let him in, but we'll have bird poop and all that. And my dogs would go nuts. They love to chase birds. They're crazy. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to me. I appreciate it. I have been doing quite a few readings, and I've really been enjoying them. If you'd like to get a reading with me, I do the Celtic Cross Tarot reading, or I can do a love reading. I can just answer questions with the cards, whatever you like. You could ask me, 3 questions, and I could do, some cards with that. So whatever you'd like, I'm open to. So give me a holler. Look down below at my email and just send me an email and we'll work something out. I do it through YouTube. I do a private YouTube video. I send it to you, and then you can watch it over and over and over. And that works out really good because sometimes you get some information and you forget what the person said, when you're just doing it over Skype or something and it's gone, it's done. And you're like, what did she say? Oh my gosh. So this way you can watch it over and over. And sometimes it makes sense, 3 weeks from now, a month from now, you're like, oh, that makes sense now. That makes better sense. So you can go back and watch it. I leave it up for a long, long time. Sometimes I'll leave them up for 6 months, There's stuff that's been up there forever. So one of these days I'm going to go over there and delete it. But if people enjoy, I think, going back and looking at them, because people get more than one readings. I get 3 or 4 readings, and then they can go back and they compare the readings and see how they're progressing. And it's very interesting. I never go back and watch a reading. I will never watch this one again. I don't watch any of them. Who wants to watch themselves? Gosh, I'd hate to be an actress. Can you imagine having to watch yourself critique? I don't want to do that. So I don't. Whatever y'all see, sorry if it's no good. I don't want to watch it. All right, I'm going to let y'all go, okay? I love you so much. Y'all say prayers for the children that experienced this shooting and the ones that are in the hospital, and I'll say prayers for them and their family and all. Thank you so much, guys. Love y'all. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you, okay? Bye. Talk to you soon.